Thank you. At this point, I'm going to make a closing statement before. Yeah, you will follow me, and then I will yield to you for a closing statement. You know, this is a very serious business, extremely serious business, apolitical serious business. And I believe that Dr. Ruiz, ranking member on this subcommittee, feels exactly the same way. You know, there's a difference between saying, I disagree with you and here's why, as opposed to labeling something a conspiracy theory or someone a conspiracy theorist. There's a huge difference. That's the politics that comes in. We need to get it out. No more. For this committee and as a general discussion across America, I hope that that can change. I'm first a physician. I'm also a soldier, Iraq War veteran. I've served on the Intelligence Committee here for the last 10 years. I've had a security clearance since 1998 as a soldier. This subcommittee is about an after-action review, lessons learned through this process, finding truths, and building a path forward so that we can have readiness in the future. That's what we need to do. My life has been about trying to improve other lives, to keep people healthy, and also about the security of the United States of America. I'd love for this thing to be from nature. I would love that, because that would be better for all of us. But I can't help but look at this and say, there's another possibility here. And when I think of that other possibility, it leads my mind, with my experience in life, to so many nefarious things that can happen to us as a people. This is a national security issue. This is a national health issue. Some things might start out as good. I don't think the Wright brothers ever intended for planes to be flown into buildings to kill thousands of people. That may be the case. We need to consider all those possibilities. The lessons learned. I can give you some lessons learned. You know, we're talking about trust and building trust. And I will tell you, going back to Secretary Azar, I made the suggestion, America needs to hear from doctors that are treating COVID patients. I think that would be the most helpful. That's who they know. That's who they trust. Those are the people in the trenches, not from politicians and not from someone who's never at bedside, who's just in the lab. The origins of this is important, because when we talk to doctors who are treating patients, for example, though this is where I think early on it was most important, because all they were concerned about, and all Americans were concerned about, is whether they were going to live or die. And will you come up with a cure or a vaccine? That's all they worried about. But as we try to move forward, the origins of this is important, so that we don't have to struggle in the same way that we did through all of this. And trust is important. Dr. Redford, I agree with you on the declassification. Hopefully we will get there. It's important for transparency, for sunlight on all of this. Obviously, there's methods and other things we have to keep out. I get that. And you commented on another thing that I had written down before you said it, because to me it's important as a doctor to be honest about what we don't know. And when we don't know something and we hypothesize something and then we find out we're wrong, we have to say we didn't know and now we know better. That didn't happen. And I'll give you an example. You know, early on, people were saying, well, in the summer, it may dissipate like other coronaviruses have in the summer. That made sense. But it didn't happen. And we should have said, oh my gosh, that didn't happen. This thing isn't called novel for a reason. And we need to do a little more digging. I am open to various opinions, especially from experts in the arena, including doctors that are treating affected patients. That's where we have to go. This committee is going to deal with all aspects of the pandemic, but this is one that's very important and on the minds of every American. I want to thank you all for your testimonies today, for taking the time to be with us. We may have to see you again, we'll see. But at the same time, I do want to thank all of you for being here. And with that, I will turn it over to the ranking member for his final comments. Thank you.